following program is sponsored by Michael W. Smith. The views expressed on the following program are those of the host and not necessarily those of staff, management, or ownership.
Phoenix, Arizona, this is Brother Mike. Of course, I'm back on the radio. Welcome to HardcoreChristianity.com. God bless you today. Thanks for tuning in. Satan has shoes. He's got shoes now. Unbelievable. What else has he got for us? Man, the world has changed. Hey, call somebody and tell them the radio program's on right now, will you? I'm going to make a couple of quick announcements while you make that call. Thank you for tuning into the program. This is Brother Mike. I'm the professional counselor at the Arizona Deliverance Center. We're downtown on 15th Avenue, just south of Osborne Road. HardcoreChristianity.com is the website. Of course, you'll find all of our ministry services there. We have 2 live services every week, Thursdays and Friday nights at 7 o'clock. We've got everything at those services, preaching, teaching, healing, and deliverance. Both services are streamed live on our YouTube teaching channel, youtube.com/House of Healing AZ. When you go to the website, please remember to sign up for our free seminars. We have free monthly seminars. We have a women's only seminar every other month. And all the seminars are recorded on our YouTube teaching channel. The radio programs from the past are on the website. The PayPal button's there, of course. Thank you for sending in all your donations over the years. I'm in my 19th year on the radio. You can imagine that. And you've supported me every step of the way. May God richly bless you. Don't forget about Sister Karen. She's on the homepage of the website, ready to list your house for sale. She loves working with born-again Christians. May God richly bless you. You've seen it. Satan's got shoes now. Yes, there's a transformation going on in the rap world. Have you been keeping up with it? You haven't? Well, I'm keeping up with that stuff so you don't have to do it. As you know, the rap, gangster rap, all the rap stuff, all very heterosexually oriented, very sex-driven, lust-driven, sexual perversion-driven, heavy-duty. But it's transitioning to include gay rappers. Thus, the rise of Lil Nas X, the rapper whose music business is booming. He did a music video and a song, Old Town Road, with Billy Ray Cyrus not long ago, and it had almost 700 million views on YouTube. And he's now currently being used in a video to promote Satan's Shoes, a company called Mischief, MSCHF, is a company that buys Nike shoes, and then they modify them, raise the price on them like you wouldn't believe, and then they sell a limited edition of those shoes. They're just basically Nike knockoffs. They use the image of Nike on the shoes, but they don't use the name. And there are some legal reasons why they're able to get away with that. I'll go over that in a minute, but they did it with the Jesus shoes a couple of years ago. Do you remember that? The Jesus shoes came out, and it had water in the shoes from the Jordan River, and it was used to mock and blaspheme Jesus, and a limited edition of those shoes were created. I can't remember how many they created, but I think they were like $1,200 a shoe. Do you happen to remember that? Well, anyway, they're doing it again. This time it's Satan's shoes, and inside this shoe is a drop of human blood. And on the side of the shoe is Luke chapter 10, verse 18, where it says, Jesus said, I saw Satan fall from heaven like lightning. This was referring to when he was originally kicked out of heaven, thousands or hundreds of thousands or millions of years ago, whenever it happened. I wasn't there when it happened, and I don't know when it happened, but Jesus said that he had seen it happen, and they have that verse, Luke 10:18, on the shoe, and then they've also got 666 on there, of course, and they said that they're only going to sell 666 of these shoes for, I believe, a little over $1,100 a pair. If you got an extra $1,100 laying around, don't have anything to do with it, well, Mischief would love to see you. But these shoes are an absolute abomination. What happens in this video that Little Nas X created, he's seen sliding down a stripper pole through the gates of hell, and he's dancing on Satan's lap, trying to coax him to cough up his shoes. He wants the shoes. And these shoes from Mischief, they're a Nike Air Max 97 knockoff. And they don't have anything to do with Nike, but everybody thinks it has something to do with Nike. So there's been a terrible backlash when these shoes came out, and people are getting mad at Nike. So Nike has issued several public statements stating these shoes do not belong to them. They had nothing to do with the shoes, and they are suing Mischief for making these shoes and damaging the reputation of Nike. I don't know how they could damage the reputation of it. That company is rotten to the core. They use sweatshops in China to make the shoes. Then they sell them for ridiculous amounts of money. You know, they became famous through the Air Jordans. And, of course, the NBA supports them making these shoes in China. They support the communist country of China because it's economically profitable for them. The NBA is almost as immoral as the communists. They don't care. Everything's all about money. But Nike is losing money because of these Satan shoes, so they're going to sue them. And the whole premise of this company, Mischief, is to create insanity. What they do is they look at things in our society that they consider to be absurd. They're very cynical about it. They make viral projects, and they make products, and they spread it across the internet, making fun of stuff they think's absurd. And of course, they don't really believe in Satan. They're just making these shoes as a marketing ploy. They don't believe in Jesus, but they made the Jesus shoes as a marketing ploy. Of course, the whole thing is generated to make fun of things people think are sacred or valuable, and they make money on it. I mean, recently the CEO of the company, Gabriel Whaley, recently said, quote, "Being a company kills the magic. We're trying to do stuff that the world can't even define. Our perspective is everything funny. Everything is funny in a nihilistic sort of way. We're not here to make the world a better place. We're making light of how everything sucks," unquote. And Nike's trying to sue them, but a lot of the lawyers don't think Nike's going to be able to get them to stop producing the shoes. My guess is Nike will just give them the money they expected to make off of the shoes. So if you make 666 of them and you charge $1,100 a shoe, well, there's your settlement plus attorney fees. But the law is probably not on Nike's side because of what they call the first sale doctrine. This protects reselling goods that are protected by intellectual property laws. You know, it's kind of like people selling designer clothes on Poshmark and other internet sites. And in addition, Nike's going to have a uphill battle here because Mischief can claim that the shoes are protected as parity, or argue that the buyers are unlikely to confuse these modified Satan shoes with off-the-shelf Nike shoes. And so they think they're going to be able to defend it. But the bottom line here is the person behind this whole thing, Nike, a rotten organization, immoral organization, using sweatshops to make their shoes and then selling them over here for a fortune. This is all satanic. These Satan shoes are the ultimate in Satanism, and this Lil Nas X, who is a gay rapper, is heavily infected with demons and is a massive servant of Satan. His new song and video, Montero, I'm going to analyze on another radio broadcast, but that's just another example of how how our country has gone right into Satan's lap. We have, as in a country, jumped off the cliff. And at the bottom, the devil caught us. The woke culture, the phony COVID-19 hoax, the systemic racism hoax, the critical race theory hoax, teaching kindergartners and first graders about sex ed for kindergartners, all of the incredible evils and wickedness of California has spread into the Biden administration and will subsequently spread throughout most of the Democrat-run states in the United States. The devil has made a move on us now through the satanic woke culture and the cancel culture. And he's coming after America, and he has the upper hand. He's not going to back off. And right now, there's nobody to stop him because the churches abandoned the true gospel of Christ in Matthew chapter 28 and in Mark chapter 16, the Great Commission. They abandoned it and allowed Satan to take control. The evangelicals have no spiritual warfare skills at all and are the weakest Christians you can ever imagine. Most of them aren't even actual born-again Christians. And here we sit watching the devil take over the country. And now he's so bold and he's so brazen now with transgenderism and the rest of it. He's just simply coming out now with satanic shoes and shoving that down our throat. And he knows we're not going to do anything about it. The question is, what's he going to do next?
The views expressed on this program are those of the host and not necessarily those of staff, management, or ownership. This program was sponsored by Michael W. Smith.